Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is 1:38 a.m. and I've been up for just a little while. I actually woke up and then I got all my stuff ready and I came out here to get ready to vlog and get my lip balm ready. And I was just like going through YouTube, and there's this YouTube channel that I watch and it's called The Drag Lover. It's like one of my favorite channels ever. And they post like all these like drag pageants and stuff on there. And I watched like so Jasmine Barbie Royale won Miss Continental 2016, and I just watched like this whole 24-minute video of like her in the pageant, like her prelims, her evening gown, interview, and 2 talents, and the crowning. And I watched all that. And that is how I prepared for it. As you can see, that is how I prepared. I got all glammed up, pageant ready, for the live stream tonight. Maybe I should put a little hand sanitizer on it for my little birdie hand sanitizer. Isn't he so cute? Do you remember when I reviewed these on my review channel? Oh. Now I have to pick it up off the dirty floor after I cleaned my hands. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to use a little bit more of this. It smells really good. Isn't it so cute? It's so adorable, isn't it? I have like a bigger one inside. Happy Sunday! Happy Easter, although you guys aren't watching this on Easter. I had a good day today. I literally, you guys, today did nothing. Well, I mean, that's not true, but I just kind of relaxed all day long today, and it was really, really nice. I got up, but I didn't get up super late today, but I got up and I was like really like slow to getting ready today. Like laid in bed for a while and talked to Alex. When I got up, he had downloaded this book on Audible. It was like some kind of business book. He's never listened to a book on Audible. And I told him, I said, if you want to get Audible, I said, like, I'll like buy you some books that I really like or whatever. And he goes, well, I just don't think that I'm gonna probably love it that much. And I said, why? And he goes, I fell asleep listening to the book. That was later, he told me that. But anyway, so he was listening to, got my fountain. Do you guys have your fountain pops? So we laid in bed and just kind of talked for a little bit. And then I got up and I got my coffee and I posted the vlog. And then I came back and I laid down in bed a little bit longer. And then I was like, okay, I gotta start getting ready because I have the live stream for the Tiger King at 4 p.m. And I wanted to take a shower before it and stuff, which is so funny because like my hair doesn't look too bad right now. I think I'm gonna take my hat off because it's more comfortable with my hat off. I also have, in case I get hungry, I also have the new, not sponsored, Trolls World Tour Oreos with me that I reviewed on my review channel. In case I need a little snack a little bit later. But what's so funny is whenever I do my hair and then I lay down and I get up, these two parts are like stand out like this. That's how it is when I wake up. So anyway, so I like took a shower and, well, I talked to Mel and then I took a shower and I started getting ready for the live discussion. And then we did the live discussion from, 4 to a little bit after 5, like 5:10, and it was really, really fun. And my plan had been, like, if I was going to make videos today, I was going to get up at, like, noon, which, you know, I knew that that wasn't going to happen. But I set my alarm for, like, I think I set my alarm for, like, 12:30 or 12:45 or 1 or something. And realistically, I could have gotten up and, like, made the videos in that time. So my plan was, because I knew when I got done with the live stream, I probably wasn't going to want to, like, make videos, and I was going to want to just, like, relax and stuff, you know? So, and I just really, to be honest with you, like, I had finished reading my book on my BookTube channel yesterday, and so I knew that if I was gonna make a video for my BookTube channel, it was gonna be, I was gonna do, like, my March wrap-up, which I'm still gonna do even though it's so late, or I was gonna do my BookTubeathon TBR, and I haven't picked those books yet, so I think I'm going to do... Tomorrow, I think I'm going to do my March wrap-up. Tuesday, I think I'm going to do my TBR. And then Wednesday, I'm going to do my announcement for the book club for May. You guys have no idea. Okay, we have put together such a package for May for the book club. I'm going to turn this off. It is so exciting, okay? I am so excited. We have books, we have movies, we have documentaries, okay? We are discussing One Person in May, and it just like kind of all came together. Mel and I were like looking this stuff up, like we talked after the live stream, and we were like looking this stuff up, and I was like, because a lot of people really enjoyed coming in there today. You know, we usually in our book club only have about 30 people, but it's nice because it's just not a lot of people, like, you know, like you can kind of keep up with the conversation and stuff. And today we had like 120, I think, like that. At one time, 120, 130 people that were like in there. Taylor came in and guested. Misha came in. Misha came dressed as Carol Baskin. I lived. It was so hilarious. And Carol, Misha came in, Melody came in, and then there were a bunch of people from the book club, but then there were a lot of people that I didn't know. And oh, I'm gonna mispronounce her name. I think it's Meryl came in and guested, and that was really nice because she had never guested in there before. It was just, we had a really, really good time. It was really fun. And so afterwards, Mel and I talked, and so thank you to everybody that came over and participated. It was a good distraction today, and it was really fun. Last night I watched the last episode of, I have to be careful, I always call it The Lion King on here. I watched the last episode, like I literally finished vlogging, and I just like sat here and I watched The Tiger King, the last episode, which was, I thought, really interesting. It was like interviews from like 5 or 6 people, and I thought it was really good. So anyway, I won't ruin it for you and tell you anybody that was interviewed in there, but it was like, I thought it was thorough and kind of fun, not super deep, but it was really just talking about like their reaction to like since the documentary had come out and how people responded to them and what was true and what they believed and all that kind of stuff. I just remember that I got all of my chips and dip and stuff. Well, I had dip already, but I got one more. I got the Dean's dip that I have chip and dip in there. I'm so excited, but I have some of that here in a little bit. But anyway, so then I talked to Mel, and Mel and I came up with the May plan for the book club. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And like this has been like a really good reading time for me. I am like just like bolting through books. I started that Butterfly Garden. I don't know when I started it. Yesterday or the day before. And I'm looking at it right now. Oh, it's playing right now. Damn it. Why is it doing that? I hate when it does that. I put it on the radio so it won't play on there, and it was playing. I've been listening to it off and on all day today. I can tell you right here. I have 2 hours and 24 minutes left of it, which for me is like an hour, and it must have been playing for as long as I've been on here, which is like 8 minutes, I guess, but that's 20 minutes on here. I'm gonna have to go back and find my spot. Ugh. So anyway, I was listening to that a lot today. I'm like going through books in like less than 3 days, which is, you know, audiobooks, which is great. And I'm listening to some really good books. This book actually turned out to be really, really good. I wouldn't say it's like scary. It's about a serial killer that keeps these women in a garden. It's very creepy, but it's all told from the point of view of the detective who is interviewing one of the girls that was there, who was like, so the guy that's the killer is called the gardener, and she was like the gardener's favorite, and something happened and you don't know what it is throughout the whole book, and like a bunch of the girls are dead, and so it kind of unfolds as you're reading it. And I just sat and listened to it. It rained a lot today, and played Words with Friends. I played Words with Friends really early today, and it's so nice. So many people like contact me, like they send me messages in there, and they're like, oh, and people always are like, I listen to your vlogs, I love your vlogs, thank you so much. People are so sweet. So yeah, I did that, and then, well, after I got off the phone with Mel, I was like really hungry, and so I was like, okay, if you're gonna make videos, you gotta decide if you're gonna do it now. And so I was kind of like looking around to see if there was anything that I wanted to make a drama video about, and I came up with like 2 different things, but I was like, I think I'm just gonna like relax. Alex was literally in bed all day today, except for when he like took the dogs out and like got food, and he was like snacking in bed all day, and then he started watching some Spanish show on Netflix. He watched like 8 episodes of it today, and he kept on saying it wasn't very good. I was like, you don't like it? He's like, no, it's not very good. I was like, why are we watching it then? He was like, I don't know, I'm kind of into it. It sounded very like thriller kind of drama-ish. So he was watching that all day today. So I got hungry, and I was like, do you want something for dinner, or what are you gonna do? He's like, well, I've been snacking all day today, so I don't think I'm gonna make anything for dinner. And I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go make something. So I made, I'm laughing because he came down literally 10 minutes into me eating my meal, and he made like 4 of these super huge burritos. So I made a cheese sandwich and one of my new soups that I had gotten from Amazon Fresh, and it was the red pepper and smoked Gouda. It was so delicious. And then I like heated up some pasta and just put salt on it because it was already pretty buttery. That was from yesterday. And I sat there and I was like, I don't really know what to watch. I don't know why I'm really like struggling like starting a new TV show. Like not TV show, but you know, like Netflix series or whatever. It's like I feel like once I start it, I have to like, I'll be, you know, like into it. I talked to Caroline today for a long time. I talked to Caroline today. I talked to Tanya twice. I talked to Valerie for a long time. Who else did I talk to? I feel like I talked to somebody. No, I think that's it. Yeah, it wasn't on the Mel, and I wasn't really on the Mel and I talked twice today. I wasn't really on the phone a whole lot today. But I was asking Caroline because she watches a lot of Netflix shows, and I was like, "Have you seen Unbelievable?" She's like, "Oh my god, it's fantastic." And I was like, "Is it suspenseful?" She's like, "Yeah, it's really good." So I think I need to start Wentworth first. But while I was eating dinner, I'm gonna have an Oreo or 2. While I was eating dinner, I started watching Trixie Mattel's Moving Parts, which is Trixie Mattel's documentary. Trixie Mattel is a drag queen that has been on RuPaul's Drag Race and All-Stars and won All-Stars. It's really an interesting documentary, and it's really, really good. Have you guys seen these Oreos? If you haven't seen these, they have glitter in them. Oh shoot, the cookie. I don't know if this one does. Maybe it's the other ones that had glitter in them. Green colored cream. Oh, these are the ones that had the popping candy with glitter and popping candy. So they literally, like when you eat them, they have popping candy in them. Are you ready? It's hard to eat and vlog. So, I started, before that I had started setting my cameras up and stuff like that. I was just like, okay, we'll just start fresh tomorrow. Relax, rest for the rest of the day. Watch TV, listen to your audiobook, take a nap, eat a good meal, hang out with Alex, and just rest in bed. It was so nice. I napped earlier than I usually do, and just kind of laid in bed while Alex was watching the show on the TV upstairs, and the dogs were up there. They were all stretched out. And Tucker was playing with his toys, which was really, really sweet. Because he doesn't do that as much anymore since PP not around. Because he and PP used to like sit on the end of the bed and play with their toys. But he was like, he had all of his little toys. So, I don't know if Jennifer still watches my vlog or not, but Jennifer's the one that sent us the comfort blankets, the crocheted blankets. Tucker literally sleeps every night on his comfort blanket. He has ever since we got him. And so Alex always like makes his bed for him. It's very sweet. And he'll like lay the 2 blankets down on top of each other. And then he lays like his little toys up there. He has like his hippopotamus, and then he has his Grinch that he loves, and then he has his monkey, and those are his 3 little toys that he loves. And he'll just sit there on his, like literally on the, he gets up on the bed, the whole bed, and the only place he'll sit is the comfort blanket. Is that not so sweet? Like he knows it's for him. It's so cute. So I watched a documentary, and then Alex was watching a Spanish show downstairs, and he was like, can you hear the candy? He was like, do you care if I watch the show? And I was like, no. But he was watching it so loud that I was like, I said I'm gonna lay down in a little bit. I said, I think I'm like, go sit in my car and listen to my audiobook and play Words with Friends because it was so loud. He was like, okay. So I came out here because I just didn't want to sit in a chair, just sit there with my headphones and listen to my audiobook. Popping candy is so funny. So I came out here and listened to my audiobook and played a ton of games of Words with Friends. I love it. I'm having so much fun. But now I have to tell you, when I'm dreaming about Words with Friends now. Like, it's in my dreams, you guys. I had this dream that I was playing this big board of Words with Friends. So anyway, I sat out here for the longest time. Like, I sat out here for like an hour and a half, and it was just like raining, and I kept on not wanting to get out of the car because it was like raining. And so finally I went inside, and then he had moved upstairs. And so I went to bed, and that was it. It was a nice day. It was nice and relaxing. I wouldn't say I was sad earlier, like when I got up, but I definitely was like aware of the fact. That sound is so funny, the popping sound in my mouth. I was definitely aware of the fact that it was Easter and I wasn't seeing Caroline. Like, I called her and we talked about that. You know, it's like, I've seen Caroline almost every Easter, I think, since I can ever remember, you know? Except for maybe if I was out of town with my dad or something. And just thinking about how much my mom loved Easter, and, you know, I don't know, it was just weird to me today to not see her for Easter. Just, it didn't feel like Easter at all. Like, not one bit, you know? And, which, whatever, I don't know really what Easter feels like. It just felt weird. So tomorrow I'm gonna get up, and I've already like come up with my list of like the videos that I want to make and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah. And then, I don't know. Oh, tomorrow night. So, some friends and I, Tanya and I, and our sponsor, and then some other friends of ours, 3 other friends, we are doing, like, we're reading 12-step literature. And so we're doing that on Monday nights now. It's just like a real informal, like, gathering. So we're going to do that on Zoom on Monday nights, which will be really fun. That'll be really nice. So I'm doing that tomorrow night. And Alex said he had some work stuff that he was going to do during the day tomorrow. And, yeah, that's about it. So funny, you know, like for Easter, I always get like dressed up. Like, I mean, not like dressed up, but like, you know, always wear like nice pants and shoes and, you know, a nice shirt, usually something like bright colored, you know, for Easter. When I was growing up as a kid, I always wore like khaki pants and like a white shirt with a little bow tie and a Madras jacket, or like a Madras tie or something, you know. And I love Madras plaid. I think it's such an Easter thing too. I don't know why. Summer and Easter. Okay, I'm gonna have one more cookie and then I'm gonna put these away. I just broke a cookie in half. And then I think I'm gonna finish that Moving Parts tonight and start Wentworth. We're on the stay-at-home order for another week until the 20th. I looked it up. But it says on there, and they're going to reevaluate. I can't imagine that they're going to take us off of it then. I found out that a Cheesecake Factory does do carry out, and apparently you just order it and go to the parking lot, and then they bring it out to you, and they have like these areas where you like park. So, and apparently like the people that work there bring it out in like gloves and masks. So I was thinking maybe one night this week Alex and I might get Cheesecake Factory just to do something different, you know. But then at the same time I'm like, why spend the money when we have all the groceries at home? But I guess if we're going to do carry out, though, we should do someplace local, you know, to support local businesses. I don't know. I have friends of mine that are literally doing carry out like every single night. And it's weird to think, like, okay, I haven't been to a restaurant in a month. I've barely been to the grocery store. The post office was like weeks ago that I went. Haven't been to a friend's house. Haven't been to the casino. God, it's strange, isn't it? Like, it's like a different world. And I think a little bit of what's strangest the most is not like just knowing that I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm sure everybody else feels the same way. But it's like, I don't know. I saw some pictures today posted of like people were posting, and I was like, some families were getting together for Easter and stuff like that. And it's kind of surprising to me across the spectrum, like how like serious people are taking it. Like there's people I feel like that are taking it like real serious that aren't seeing anybody. Like we aren't seeing, I mean, I feel like that's the majority of the people that I know that literally aren't seeing anybody, you know? And, but even last night, I talked about this on here last night, didn't I? About the fire trucks and stuff in the neighborhood. I saw one of my neighbors today that was, like out, and I asked her, I said, you know, like, did you know what happened? She was like, no, blah, 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 whatever. But, like when I was talking to those women last night, like they were like not like wanting to like, they weren't like, they were just standing like 2 feet. I was like backing up, you know? She thought that was really weird. I don't know. I thought if anywhere in this neighborhood, because people are like older and, you know, very serious about that kind of stuff. But, the majority of the people that I know, like my close friends and like my dad and Caroline and Alex's family, you know, like I don't think his mom, like other than going to the grocery store one time, has like left her place in like 3 weeks. And like Carlos and Liliana and the kids, I know they're not going anywhere. And we FaceTimed with all of them. And like, you know, in San Diego, you know, Fufu and Jesse, like they're not going anywhere. except for to like take the dog to the beach and stuff like that, or take the dog like to walk along. Like they can't even go on the beach anymore, you know? So like they'll take a walk with the dog. But other than that, they're not seeing anybody. I feel like everybody that I know isn't seeing anybody. And then like I was on like Facebook today and people were like, oh, you know, like everybody came over for Easter dinner. And I'm like, this is strange to me. Like, I don't know. I guess it's your business. You have to make your own decision. But it kind of surprises me a little bit, honestly. Like, I can't think of one person that I've talked to that is just like, oh yeah, like, business as usual. I don't know. Am I abnormal for thinking that? Like, I feel like the whole world is on lockdown right now. And, so... And I think it's going to be really weird, too, like, when they lift the stay-at-home order, like, how quickly people go right back to what they were doing before, you know, and including myself. Valerie and I were talking about it today, and, I feel so bad for Valerie. She's struggling so hard. But, you know, she lives by herself. She's like, I'm by myself. She's like, you know, I literally don't have anything to do. And, like, she's another one. She's not even seeing her kids, you know? And, so, she, like, went to her daughter's house and stood, like, 20 feet away in the driveway just so she could see her, you know? Like, she's not even seeing her kids. And, she's, like, really struggling. And I said, you know, it's interesting. Like, I think at this point I would have, like, even though I shouldn't, if stuff was open, which this is probably a smart reason why things are closed. If things were open, I probably, in all honesty, would have convinced myself that it was, like, okay to go. Like, well, we could go out to dinner one night, you know, we'll just wear gloves. Or, you know, like, oh, maybe there won't be a lot of people, you know, like, shopping or at the casino or something like that. And Valerie's like, oh, yeah, I know. She's like, I probably go in the casino with, like, a mask on and gloves, you know. I was like... Because it gets a little, I mean, you know, I hate saying it gets boring. Like you know, said the other night, like I shouldn't be bored. Like I have so much to do and whatever. I don't think it's so much that it's boring as it's different than what we usually do. You know what I mean? There's this moth and it's like flying up and down on between the lamps and, because we have like our garage door and then the lamps on either side and it's just like flying back and forth. It's like distracting me. But, like, so knowing that, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, when, because I will say this, a lot of the people that I talk to are like, this is stupid that we can't go anywhere. Like, this is stupid that we're on lockdown. Like, we should be able to go where, you know. And so, I have a feeling that when we can, that, people will start going back out a lot really, really quickly. And then it makes me wonder, is that what they're talking about when it's going to, like, you know, we're going to see, like, this resurgence of it, which is real scary, because then that means the next time we're going to be, you know, on the stay-at-home order for even longer. Who knows, you know? It'll be interesting to see what happens. Scary. Interesting is maybe not the word. Scary is the word I'm looking for. I need another Oreo on that. And then, I don't know, like, how comfortable I'm going to be just, like, going back and doing normal stuff again. You know what I mean? And I will say that a lot of people that I talk to are like, yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I don't know when I'm going to feel comfortable just, like, going back and doing, like, stuff that we did before, you know? Or will we live in this world where people go out to eat, people go to movies, people go to their friends' houses, people go to the casino, people travel, but it's all done with gloves and masks, you know? Is that what's going to happen? I started a real intelligent thought, which you'll find out is not. And then, come on, focus. And then it worked right away too. The camera stopped right on me. It was at the end. But, you know, and then I was thinking about this today. We're like almost, like, I don't know about like other cities that are like warm, you know, like Florida, California, Arizona, things like that. But like Texas, we're like a month out from pools opening, you know. In Indiana, pools open Memorial Day weekend. I mean, how safe is it to go into a swimming pool where there are other people? Like our pool, there's never hardly anybody there, right? But is it, I mean, I would think like chlorine would probably, I don't, like this is just, it's like, I feel like we live in this new world, you know? Like when I was talking to Caroline tonight, I said, what are you guys doing? And she was like, they get like those HelloFresh meals and stuff like that. I know I didn't say anything. I did my rant video about that. She loves them. So anyway, and her son David was making dinner. And so she said, we're sitting here when we're watching the news. And I said, are they saying anything that like I need to know? And she was like, no, they just report the numbers and they kind of give like, you know, an update on every day and whatever. She's like, but I know what the numbers are every day. And she has like something that she goes to and looks at the update every single day. I don't watch the news as much as I used to when this whole thing started. I feel like if something happens, it's on social media so fast that I'll see it anyway, but I'm not even really getting on social media a whole lot because it just stresses me out when I see it. I have to, like one of the strangest things I feel like is I am like the most back to basics I've been for a long time. Of just like it reminds me of when I was like a lot younger and like when my first boyfriend and I were together, like we didn't spend money on anything. Like I like looked at these shoes that I wanted to get and I need like, I mean, in case we can go somewhere this summer, like we go to stuff that like we have to be somewhat kind of dressed up for, you know, in the summer. Because Alex always volunteers and gets us on these lists for like these charity events and stuff like that. So I need like a nice pair of like summer shoes like to wear with like suit pants and stuff like that. And I love Sperry's because they're so comfortable and my feet get sore after standing for a long time. So I saw these shoes that I had wanted because these white bucks, because they had talked about them in the Camino Island book that I read. So when I was looking them up and they were like 70+% off. I mean, these shoes were almost $200 and I got them for like 50 or 60 bucks, $59, 62 a tax, I think. I mean, it was like crazy to me, right? But I sat there and looked at them. That night in the car, I looked at them. And then like the next day, so finally I ordered them, you know, but like, that's how it was back in the day. Like, we bought groceries. We did buy groceries back there, my first boyfriend and I. And we would go out to eat and stuff like that. But we bought groceries. And then we went out sometimes, like on the weekends. Like maybe one night on the weekend. We went to a lot of movies. I do remember that. We went to a lot of movies. And we would go to like the Sunday night 10 o'clock show at like when nobody was there. And we watched a lot of movies at home. But we didn't like, I didn't shop like ever, you know, like I didn't, if I had a bottle of cologne, I had like one bottle of cologne, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't buy a bunch of like frivolous skincare shit that I didn't need. Like I had a bottle of lotion and a bottle of cologne and that was it, you know what I mean? Like I just didn't. I didn't do a lot. CDs, I think I bought CDs back then because that was before like maybe like, yeah, because we had a lot of CDs in our apartment. And books, I would buy books. But we just didn't spend a lot of money. We didn't have a lot of money to spend, you know? Like I was in my first couple years of working in the treatment program, which didn't make great money anyway. And he was managing a music store, like a record store, and he was working third shift at the Marriott doing room service. So we just were broke. Like, and you know, but I don't know, I look back on that and I think that we didn't really know how broke we were. You know what I mean? But I just didn't spend money on stuff. And I feel like we're kind of back to that right now. Like, Alex bought like 2 pairs of shorts off of Amazon that were these shorts that he wore to this music festival last year. And they were like cotton gray shorts. They're real cute. And I was like, oh, that's new? And he was like, yeah, I just got those off of Amazon. And he was like, I kind of felt bad for spending. I was like, well, how much were they? He was like, $9.99. I go, you feel bad for buying 2 pairs of shorts that were $9.99 each? I mean, listen, we have spent money in the past. So it's not like and I'm not saying that I'm going to stop spending money. It's not like I become this person that like, oh, I'm, you know, holier than thou and money means nothing anymore and I'm not going to buy things. It's just really put it in perspective to me between my wants and my needs. Although I will tell you this, today when I like took a shower and like did my hair and everything to get ready for the live stream and, you know, put on a clean t-shirt and stuff like that, I doused myself in that Creed Aventus because I haven't gone anywhere and I haven't been wearing, like every day, if I have been putting on cologne every day, just to smell good because, you know, around the house you want to smell good for each other. And, but I have been wearing like some of my colognes that just like aren't as expensive, and so like, you know, if I go through them quicker or whatever. But because I don't wear Creed every day anyway. Like I take it on vacations. If we go out for like a date night, I'll wear it and whatever. I try to save it. But today I was like, I want to smell special today. You know what I mean? I was like, I want to like smell good today. So I don't know. That Dior Sauvage that Frank sent us is like probably one of the best colognes I've ever smelled in my entire life. And of course I still love Chanel Blue. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I like nice things. I just realized that I don't need it, you know? And like I've had kind of like some revelations. I do think that my life will change a little bit, in all honesty. I think I'll probably vlog a lot from the driveway when this is done. I was thinking about this last night. I don't mind sitting out here driving or sitting out here vlogging. In fact, to some degree, it's kind of easier. I love sitting in my car. I don't know what it is about sitting in my car that I love, but I love sitting out here in my car. And it's easy because if I run out of battery, although I have 2 batteries, you guys, that I did not charge that are in my bag. So if this battery dies, we're gonna have to figure out which one is. I think one is good and one is bad. I couldn't find my other 2 battery. I could find my one other battery, but I couldn't find the other one. And then I looked in here today and I had both of them in here and I was like, oh, Peter, are you so silly that you didn't know they were in there? So I think one is like dead and the other one is like charged, hopefully. If they're both dead, we're screwed. So anyway, what was I gonna say? But yeah, like I realized like last night when I was like sitting here and I was like, I don't mind this, you know, like, and it's kind of nice to just sit here and not be driving around. I'm not spending as much money on gas, obviously. I mean, I'm you know, spending that much money on gas. And, because I'm not driving around. And I do miss driving around though. Like I will continue to do that. I just like, if there was a night that I just want to come out here and just like sit and vlog and then go inside and watch a TV show, I probably will. Like my schedule has kind of like changed a little bit. Like I like just sitting here, you know, it's nice. And although I have to make sure I lock my door so that's scary people don't come and kill me. But so that feels like that's gonna change a lot. I also like don't mind like making my own I miss going to Starbucks, but I realize that I miss like driving through and getting Starbucks. Do you know what I mean? Like I miss saying hi to the people that work there. I miss like having my coffee and driving around and talking on the phone and stuff like that. But like I can make my coffee at home. Like I make, and then what I realized was I really don't drink that much coffee throughout the day anyway. I don't drink that whole like iced coffee, which is why I always have it left over at the end of the night when I vlog. And so I'm spending like $5 a day at Starbucks, you know what I mean? So I don't know, you know, like, what is that I think it's like $4.20 or something, like 4.44, let's see, $4.40. Although they give me my coffee free a lot there. $4.40, let's say, times 30. So I'm saving $132 a month. I mean, that's not great, but it's something, you know? And us not going out to dinner, saving a lot of money. Not going to the casino, just not going and doing anything. And honestly, like, as much as I'm upset that we didn't get to go to Miami, and as much as I'm upset that we're not going to Las Vegas, like, we're going to be saving a lot of money by not going on those 2 trips. But when I feel comfortable to travel again, I told Alex this, because we were going to take a birthday trip anyway. When I feel comfortable traveling again, or when we have made that decision that we're comfortable doing that, like, we're going to go somewhere. And I actually even said to him, I kind of ran the idea by him to maybe, like, just go to, like, Destin, Florida, and drive it. It's like an 11-hour drive for us. And, like, drive down there and, like, rent a house like I did in Arizona that has, like, a pool and is by the beach and stuff. Because then we could, like, just have our own private place and get groceries and stuff, and then we wouldn't have to go out and be around a lot of people. I'm totally fine doing that. Just have a vacation where we can be on the beach. I've heard that Destin is beautiful. I've heard the beaches are beautiful. So, I don't know. Maybe do something like that, you know, instead. We'll see. You know, we'll see. I think it's just going to change my attitude about things going forward. I am going to start doing the Optavia and start walking every day, but I don't know when that's going to happen. That's going to happen, I think, in May. We're going to eat treats through April. Oh, by the way, I want to talk about this if I haven't talked about this on here already. So, the Reading Rush, which used to formerly be Booktubeathon. Hold on a second, let me pull it up. Reading Rush. Hold on just one second. Okay. The Reading Rush. So the Reading Rush, which was formerly Booktubeathon, run by Ariel Bassett, is doing a stay-at-home Reading Rush, which will be April 16th through the 19th. It's this upcoming weekend, okay, I think. What is that? It starts on Thursday and it ends on Sunday. So it'll start on Thursday at like 12 a.m. Yeah, and then it'll end on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Do you get it? Okay. You can follow them on Twitter at The Reading Rush. TheReadingRush. And Stay-at-Home Reading Rush, April 16th through the 19th. Summer Rush, July 20th through the 26th. That's a whole week. YouTube's biggest readathon, hosted by Ariel Bassett and Raylene LeMay. And there's going to be, okay, all the details you need, and we've made a tag video for the Stay-at-Home Reading Rush, and the tag is Stay-at-Home Reading Rush. And then they announced the daily Instagram challenges. Every day we'll post an example post with a special hashtag for you to use when you post your photo that day over on our own Instagram. So you can go to their Instagram if you like to take pictures on Instagram of books and stuff like that. Mel, this will be good for you. And so Thursday is take a picture of your favorite reading spot. Friday, I'm gonna take a picture of my car. Friday, take a photo of your favorite bookmark. Saturday, take a photo of your bookshelves. And Sunday, take a photo of a book outside. So you put those up on your like Bookstagram or your book whatever. And then our updated reading challenges. The Stay-at-Home Reading Rush is about encouraging people to stay at home and stay home and having bookish fun together. We're so happy to hear that so many of you are excited to participate and hope that these challenges are a fun distraction from these overwhelming times. So these are the 4 challenges. Now, you could read all 4 of these books. This feels like a BookTube video. You could read all 4 do all these 4 challenges in one book, or you could you could read 4 different books. Does that make sense? I already I think know what my first book is going to be, but I can't tell anybody. Okay. So the first challenge is read a book with a house in the cover. Okay. The second challenge is read a book in the same room the whole time. And the third book is read a book set somewhere you wish you could go. Okay, which right now could be anywhere because you can't go anywhere. And fourth is read a book that will make you smile. So I think I might just pick one book for the entire Reading Rush challenge and try to get it done. And I'm gonna read it right outside on my front porch over there. And I know what book it is. And it's kind of this corny book, but I don't care. I think I'm gonna read it. So anyway, okay, here's some of the questions people ask. Can we use, these are all in the thread, can we use the same book for more than one prompt? And they said, of course. I really just checked my calendar as if I had someplace else to be. Somebody said they said you need to be reading with us. And then somebody said, will badges be available on the website for this readathon? Okay, because last time that they did the readathon, like in the summer, there were like badges that you could get and stuff like that. So it's very, very exciting, and apparently there's gonna be sprints and all kinds of stuff. Bunny did a video about this too. She did her TBR, so this would be a good time to shout out Bunny's YouTube channel. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I get the exact. She did her TBR in here. Bunny cakes. YouTube booktube. Okay. Bunny's booktube channel, go check it out, is, oh my god, I hope I can remember. You guys listen. I'm gonna say it in the video because you know I'm horrible and I will probably never remember to link it below. So if I don't, Bunny, please forgive me and then message me and I'll say it the next day. But Bunny's YouTube channel is called Bunny Cakes Tombs of Endless Wonder. I'm never gonna remember this. Okay, but she's doing reviews of all of like the book club books, because she did If You Tell by Greg Olson, then she did The Good Nurse by Charles Graeber, and then she did her Stay at Home Reading Rush. So you're gonna want to go check that out. I think she's doing 2 different books in there, and then she's doing videos every single day over here, so go check out Bunny. Bunny has been an OG Wolfpacker for a long time. She's watched me for a long time and interacted with me. She's also the winner of my pink fan, the Beast fan. So, what did that say? Oh my god, I should watch her Endless Night review. She did a review of Endless Night 2 years ago. I'll have to watch it. She actually got tons of views on that video. Well, I mean, not tons, but like for a booktube video, she got more than I get on mine, which is not saying a lot. I don't get tons. Hold on a second. I want to hear what she has to say about Endless Night. What are the comments? Someone said this was my very first book by Richard Lehman and what made me fall. Okay, so this is so funny because this is like this big joke between Mel and I, because she hated the book. The whole book club, this is before it was true crime, the whole book club hated Endless Night, which is about this girl who she's sleeping over at her friend's house, and these cannibals come in and they kill everybody except for this girl and her friend's little brother. They kill her friend and everything. And so they're like on the run. And I might have to listen to it on Audible. It's really scary though. No, it really. The first time I listened to it, I was so terrified. And I was with my ex when I read it, and he was out of town for something. And I remember like locking the doors and like putting a chair behind the door and everything, as I was so scared, like reading this book at night. But anyway, the second time we read it, it was bad. So someone said, this was my very first book by Richard Lehman and what made me fall in love with him. And I love his writing. He's like so scary. Like his other stuff, I'm like afraid to reread it, you know? Someone said, R.I.P. Mr. Lehman, easily my favorite author. Check out his book, Come Out Tonight, or any other. They are so good. Someone said, great review. Flesh and Island are excellent books by Richard Lehman. Great review, said somebody. Yeah, I've read both of those. Those are really good. I think I've read Flesh. I don't know if I've read Island, but I have it. I have all of his books. Not one person said that they didn't like it. My fave book ever. Great book. Female. Maybe you need to reread it. Bunny is so sweet. I love her. So anyway, go check that out. I hope I screenshotted it, so then when I'm putting it up, I'll remember it, and I'll link her channel below, and go and follow her tomorrow, okay? When you're watching this vlog, make sure that you follow her on the what do you call it, the YouTubes. Oh, there it is. I have it. Okay, good. I was going to tell a bunch of Easter stories today, but I don't really have any Easter stories. When my mom was in the hospital, so my mom died in May, and when she was in the hospital, she's had this hamper that she kept like in the we like this walk-in closet in our bathroom. It's walk-in, but it goes down like that. It's really what I think it's for, actually, because it has a hookup for it in there. I think it's where a washer and dryer are supposed to go. But the washer and dryer has always been in the basement in this house, so we just keep it down there. But Alex really wants to move the washer and dryer to the upstairs, which would make sense. But anyway, we have this walk-in closet in the bathroom. Well, my mom made it a wrapping station. My mom was real short, right? So it was like a room for her. It was like a little... Oh my God, can I just tell you that, by the way? I'm obsessed. Like, people ask all the time, like, what videos do you watch on YouTube? They always ask me that. I am obsessed. My friend got me hooked on these she shed videos. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? People making these she sheds. I had never heard of this, like a man cave, but a she shed. I had never heard of this. I swear it just started raining again, but no. And then I said something to Tanya about it, and Tanya was like, you didn't know what a she shed was? They've been talking about that for years. She's like, have you not seen the insurance ad about it? I was like, no, what are you talking about? She's like, it like was this insurance ad. That's like where the whole thing started from. And then I said something to Alex, and Alex is like, oh yeah, like half my girlfriends have she sheds. You don't know what they are? I'm like, how did I not know what these were? But anyway, I'm obsessed with like little house videos, van life videos. Okay, I love the videos on YouTube. I was just talking to Caroline about this the other day, where they get those shipping containers, do you know what I'm talking about, that look like semis, and they make houses out of those. Obsessed. I sit there and I watch all of those. People building log cabins out in the middle of nowhere. Obsessed. I don't know what it is. I'm like obsessed with those videos, right? They get millions and millions of views too. So I sit there and I just go through these. Well, the other day, my friend was talking about how she's gonna like start building this she shed, and she wants a she shed at the end of her lot and all this kind of stuff. So I was like, what's a she shed? She's like, you don't know what a she shed is? And I was like, no. And she's like, a she shed is like a man cave. And I go, oh, like a room in a house. And she's like, no, but it's like a shed. Like you actually have it like, you know, out in the back of your house, or it's like this little house. Like, she's like, you know, sometimes they look like, they look the same as the house that you live in. So she's like, sometimes they're like simply chic, sometimes they're very like artistic and bohemian. She went towards very artistic and bohemian. So anyway, she's like, I just want like a little like day bed in there, and she's like, I want like a nook where I can read and I can put candles and all this kind of stuff. And this is a friend of mine in recovery, right? And she's like, And I'm like, well, girl, I said, it's a good thing that you don't drink anymore. I said, you'd have burnt that place down up there, you know, like smoking cigarettes and having candles lit up in your she shed drinking. And she got me laughing so hard. And she's like, oh, they'd have found me dead up in my she shed. And she goes, oh, that rhymes. I'm a poet now. And we were laughing on the phone. But anyway, she's like, no, but seriously, she's like, you need to go check out these she sheds because they're so cool. They're so cool. So I got on YouTube and I started looking at these she sheds. Oh my God, that was a rabbit hole. I think I talked about it on here that night. I totally fell down the rabbit hole of these she sheds. It's very, very cool. I mean, it's so cool. And there were like some high school kids that like lived in them. Like that was their room now. It was very cool. But anyway, and they're all very different. And some of them are like little artist shacks, and others are like people's like sewing dens, and others are just where they go and they read, and they're just like little reading nooks or places to get away. It's very cool. I loved it. This one that this one woman had, like she and her friends, like her friends would come over, and like she had kind of a big she shed. It was kind of a luxury she shed, and her friends would go out there and drink wine. That was what it was for. But they're all like, there's tons and tons and tons of videos on YouTube about it. But anyway, so, and now Alex and I are like really into watching, this is our new thing on YouTube, watching Chihuahua rescues. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So, we've been watching a lot of those videos lately. I'm really missing Lil Pee-Pee lately. I'm having such a hard time. I think partly because like we've been spending so much time in bed. And, like, you know, he was always just, like, right there with us. So it just seems so weird that he's not there, you know? I don't know. But, so, yeah. She sheds. Oh, but my mom, so she has this walk-in closet up there. Well, she made it a wrapping station. She had this, like, butcher block kitchen table. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's, like, the one that we had when I was growing up in my kitchen, which is now in my office. It has my combination VCR television in it. It has all my VCR tapes. It has that on there. It was kind of like a work desk before I had desks at my office. So I have it at my office. I took it over there. And it has like kind of like the cane chairs, you know, which we have in our basement. I'm starting to lose my voice. It has the cane chairs with it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And we have those in our basement, and they're like in perfect condition. Actually, I think I have like one at the office, and I think I have like 2 in the basement. I think we don't have like a complete set. I think we only have like 3. Yeah, I think we only have 3, like 2 in the basement and 1 at the office. I don't think I have a complete set anymore. I think like one of them like busted through. I think my mom actually put up like a plant on it or something, and it like busted through. I don't know why I remember that, but so she would have a wrapping station up there that would have like wrapping paper, gift cards. I've talked about this on here before, that my mom kept a bag, and it literally, she would go to like, there was a card store here in Broderpool, and it was called Chelsea's, and she would go to all these like Hallmark and nice card stores, and then when cards were on sale, like after Christmas, she would buy like the really intricate, really nice Christmas cards, and she would like buy like 10 of them. She'd buy like on sale, you know, where you can get them for like 20 cents. Or if it was like, she would find like things that were on sale, and it was like a 70th birthday card or a 50th birthday card or an anniversary card, your 90th anniversary or whatever. Congratulations for leaving your job of 30 years. My mother literally had a card for everything. And she would always buy them on sale because she would just go from store to store to store, and then but there was no organization to it in this bag, so you literally had to go through every single card to find the cards you wanted. And but she had the most beautiful cards, because she would buy these cards that were literally like $7 and $8, and she would buy them for like 20 cents because they would be on sale, and they would be like on the clearance rack, and she would just sit there and go through all the cards. She loved doing that. It was like one of her favorite things. She always had the most beautiful wrapping paper. I mean, she had like velvet wrapping paper and velvet bows, and just like authentic silk bows, and she always kept these bows. And my mother and my aunt, when they were in college over Christmases and summers, they would work over Christmas, and some summers they would work at Blocks, which used to be like, well, Blocks and Ayers, and it used to be like, they used to be like Macy's, and they worked in the wrapping department. And so my mom and my aunt could wrap a present like nobody's business. I mean, they looked like beautifully professional wrapped presents. So she had this wrapping station in there, and then she would just like had all of her wrapping paper and her whatever. My aunt had the exact same thing in her basement. Isn't that so funny? But my aunt actually, every year would just like order the same. She would have 2 different kinds of paper for Christmas because she had so many presents that she bought for people. It's gonna stop, hold on. Okay. She had so many people that she bought presents for because she was part of this charity and part of that. My mom didn't have all that. So anyway, so my aunt had like literally 100 presents under her Christmas tree, and she always wanted it to be very themed. So like every year she would buy like, 2 different colors, like, or 2 different paper, but it would be matching paper. Like one year she did like blue paper with little white polka dots, and then big blue like bows and gold bows and stuff. And then she did like, it was like red and blue polka dots, and so it matched, kind of Christmassy. I know it sounds like it wasn't, but it did. And then she would have it on those things where you just like those streamers where you pull it out and then you slice it down. Like my aunt had like a serious like wrapping station. But anyway, my mom had hers, but her clothes hamper was in there. And it was like this, what do you call it? Shoot. A wicker, she had like a wicker clothes hamper in her bathroom that she'd just go in there and like throw her clothes in there, right? In this closet. So I happened to like before she was in the hospital the last time, she hadn't like been doing laundry or anything because like everybody was coming over and like her laundry was done. Like she had nothing dirty like in her house because like she would have something dirty and then people would like wash it because there would be like one of her friends or whatever. Like they had like 24-hour nursing care, not nurses nursing care, but like people were always there taking care of my mom like for weeks after. And I was there, my aunt was there, her friend was there, one of us was always there. And so my mom, like if she took her pajamas off or whatever, we just threw it in the washing machine, then it would be clean for her the next day if she wanted to change back into those pajamas or nightgown or whatever. So I like happened to walk into that bathroom and I looked in the hamper and like her robe was in there. And I was like, what's like something like, I can't remember how it happened, but anyway, I looked in the, there was something in there, I think it was her robe, that like I was kind of surprised to see in there. And I like looked in this hamper and she had my Easter basket that she had been like working on, because my mom gave me an Easter basket like every year until I was, you know, in my 30s. And so I like looked in there and she had like this Easter basket she'd been putting together for weeks for me, and I completely lost it. I think my aunt like asked me to come over. She asked me to come over for Easter and Mother's Day. And I remember I think I did one and skipped the other, or skipped both of them. I can't remember. But it just felt so weird, you know? My mom loved Easter so much. She loved Easter Sunday. She loved the Easter Sunday service and getting dressed up. Caroline and I were talking again today about how our moms would be handling this, and I just don't think that my mom would have handled it well at all. I think she would have been so confused and so scared and so worried. Caroline was like, Caroline actually said this to me today. She goes, you would have had to have had your mom move in with you, or you would have had to have moved in with her. And I was like, you know, that's funny. I hadn't thought about that, but I would have had to. I mean, prior to my mom getting sick, if she had been like how she was every single day, she couldn't have been by herself. Like, she could take care of herself, like, completely, but she would have been calling me 20 times a day. She would have been full of fear and panicky, and she wouldn't have understood, and she would have been in front of the news 24 hours a day, and she wouldn't be buying groceries. She sure as hell wouldn't have known how to, like, have stuff delivered to her house, so I would have had to have bought everything for her. And I don't know that she would be able to pay her bills and stuff, you know what, I mean, I don't know, like, you know what I mean, like, I would have, like, had to have her move in with me or something, or I would have had to have moved in with her. God, I can't even imagine. I think about that, though, you know, like, even here, where it's just like, although it would have been me sleeping on the couch, because we have one bedroom and one full bathroom, you know, like, my mom and I would have made it fun, though, I think. I mean, like, I'm thinking, like, prior to, like, if, like, I wasn't with Alex and I had been single, you know? We probably would have been watching Alfred Hitchcock movies every day and making popcorn and screaming and yelling at each other and, you know, then making up and playing a game of Monopoly. You guys, I cannot believe this. I have to tell you, this is so funny. I know that everybody thinks that everything in the world is in my basement anyway, which is kind of true, but I was down there yesterday, because I keep on washing this t-shirt because it's like my most comfortable t-shirt right now, so I wash it like every 2 days with these black Champion shorts, and then I like trade out my outfit for like, yeah, I have like basically 2 outfits right now that I'm wearing. So anyway, I was down in the basement, and I happened to like look up at these bookshelves that we have on the wall. We have like these old rickety bookshelves that are just like holding stuff on it, like old computer boxes that are empty that I don't even know why we're keeping and stuff. But there's like some games over there. We have like Apples to Apples, and I looked over and it was like, and I have like the Honeymooners VCR game from way back in the day. I don't know why, but anyway, I like looked up and I have Yahtzee down there. I was like, I cannot believe I went all over trying to find this Yahtzee. And then we haven't even played Yahtzee. I haven't even played one of my puzzles. We've been at home all this time, and I haven't done any of that stuff. So I need to do that. I need to get on my puzzle. I keep on saying I'm gonna do it, and then I don't. Oh well. One of these days. I mean, I can always do a puzzle in December, right? We just don't have that much space. And it's not like I can't do it on the floor. You know, I could get, I have like big thick poster board for photography and stuff. I could do it on there. But then where would I put that? I mean, we just don't have room, you guys, like in our house. And then like the dogs have been so crazy. Boo and Tucker are so funny. It's not always just one of them. Like they both start it where they start wrestling with each other, and they're like, and then they're like, and they're like wrestling each other. It's like hilarious. Alex and I got laughing at them so. We thought it was so funny. They were just like, Boo Radley was like, up on the ottoman while I was eating today, and I was like, Boo. He was like in my, like, I was like, can you get down please? And so he like jumped down, and then like Tucker was standing right there, and he was like, ah! And they like started like wrestling and running circles. It was hilarious. Alex and I got laughing so hard. And then they just stop and look at us like, what? You guys are the idiots. It's so funny. Oh. I think we have, like, I will say this. I think that Alex and I have completely, totally found our groove with being in the same space with each other. The last couple days have been, like, easy breezy, you know? Because there's been some times that it's been, like, hard. I wouldn't say that it's hard, like, we're, like, arguing. Not that we haven't. Like, I mean, we've had little tiffs here and there, but, like, not really much. But like I think everybody else, you know, I think we're like laughing more than anything right now, which is good. Also having serious conversations though about things and talking, you know, about like, what do we think we should do about this, and you know, whatever. I think it's hard. I think it's really, really hard right now. Nobody knows, you know, like what's really going on. Like I said earlier, it's like the uncertainty of all of it. It's like, no, it's just weird time, isn't it? It's just like such a weird time. I love our neighborhood. It's just so still. Tanya, like, when she drives through here, she's always like, I love your neighborhood. She's like, with the lakes and like the mature trees. We have these like loping trees that like lope over the lake, you know? And there's always like ducks and geese and bullfrogs, and it's just like so many trees around here, and they keep it manicured so pretty. We each have to do our own little walk and stuff like that, but the rest of it like is so nice. And it's just so silent in here, you know? Every little house looks like a little Cape Cod, the way that it's painted. So cute. I need to get out and walk. I did it that one day, and then I haven't. And I need to get out and walk. That needs to be my goal for tomorrow, is to walk. What's the weather supposed to be like? Oh my God, now music is playing on, you know what I'm playing right now? Moments Are Moments from The Woman in Red by Dionne Warwick. Moments are moments, aren't moments. Moments aren't moments. Do you guys know that song? I love that song. I love Dionne Warwick. I know, with her history with Whitney, but I love her. Okay, where is the weather? She's Whitney Houston's cousin or aunt or something. I don't know. Wind advisory. Fog. It says fog and wind advisory. I'm like, where? Where? I'm not seeing the wind advisory. Let's see. Wind advisory remains in effect from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Oh, wow. Okay. Where? Portions of Central from 5. Oh, it hasn't. Well, it's not 5 a.m. yet. Impacts. Gusty winds could blow around unsecured objects. Duh. No duh. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Watch, here I am laughing at it now, and then, like, you know what, tomorrow night I'll be like, yeah, our electricity went out. I'll be better about it. Okay. Oh, God, it's getting cold again. Seriously? God, I can't deal with this anymore. Can we just have 70-degree weather? My God, come on. Monday, 51. Tuesday, 47. Wednesday, 47. Thursday, when I was going to sit outside at midnight and start reading, 45 with a high at night of 35. Oh, it gets even better on Friday, 42. Sorry, the low of 41. It's like it's just rain and snow in the morning on April 17th. A few rain showers in the afternoon. Snow accumulations less than 1 inch. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. What did I do to deserve this? And then Saturday, 55 degrees, and Sunday, 60 and rain, 40%. Okay. And then it goes up. The last week of April, it kind of like, the 25th is 65 degrees, and the 26th, Saturday the 25th is 65, and Sunday the 26th is 67. I'm over it. What is that? Oh, we're supposed to have rain tonight? Is that what it's saying? 4 a.m. rain, 5 a.m. rain, 6 a.m. rain. Oh my God. I need to get out of here. Oh, what I wouldn't give right now to lay by a pool and have a Diet Coke. That's what I'm just one day by the pool. If it was at least nice outside, we could lay on our back patio and at least get, you know, a little burnt or a little tan or whatever. I think that would just kind of like lift my spirits for the day. Blast some music and act like we were having like a pool day out there or something. Get a baby pool delivered from Amazon, you know? I wonder if you can. Can you get baby pools delivered from Amazon? If you can, I'm totally getting one if we can't. If we're not like off this thing for like months, I'm getting a baby pool for the summer. I'm just gonna sit in the back patio and I'll put the dogs in there with me. We have such strict rules in our HOA. I'm sure that one of our rules is you cannot have a baby pool in your back patio, but guess what? I don't care. I'm getting one. Okay, Amazon. Baby pool. Came up with baby wipes. Sprinkler for kit. Wait, looking for a folding portable ball pit? No. Ages 2+. These are so small, my lord. Oh, what is this? 45 by 10 inches. How big is that? It's probably not even big enough for one of my feet, is it? Oh, this one's $27. Jason Well foldable dog pet ball bath pool collapsible dog pet pool bathing tub. But it's got a big dog in it. I bet I could fit in that. I'm just gonna put pool in here and see what comes up. I'm getting one, seriously though, for my back patio. Oh, these are kind of big. These are bigger than we need. Ooh, this one has a basketball, Intex shoot and hoop swim center family pool for ages 3+, $59. Inflatable swimming pools. These pools are kind of big. I wish they would really show like how big they are. You know what I mean? Like you could see like people Like this one has 2 kids and a dog in it. It's a dog pool or something, I don't know. This one has like these, it's only $86.99. Intex 12 foot by 30 inch easy set pool set with filter pump. And it's got like 3 people in it. I would buy that. This one's real nice. Family inflatable swimming pool, full size inflatable lounge. Alex will be like, I am not getting in that thing until it's sitting out there, and then he'll be like, okay, this is so nice. I'll be like, exactly. It's like the Cosmopolitan. This is nothing like the Cosmopolitan. Just shut up, okay? Drink your White Claw. It's like the Cosmopolitan. Close your eyes, sit in the pool, and drink your White Claw. It's real like the Cosmopolitan, okay? Here, we'll play some loungy music. Then we'll go upstairs and be romantical, and you can put on your white, you can put on your gray robe that's like a hotel robe, and then you can just think that we're back in Mexico for the day. You know what I mean? We'll be playing all kinds of imagination up in this house. Oh my God, I am getting one of those pools though. I so seriously am getting one of those pools. If we're gonna be like, if we can't, I mean, who knows, you know, at this point. What is this? Oh, something that I bought on Amazon today for real cheap. It's for the book club. I can't tell you. That's a secret. You're gonna have to wait and find out what we're doing for the book club. So excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Laura Lee, Nitty Patootie, only $20 from Laura Lee, Los Angeles. Did I buy something from her one time? I wonder why I always get her emails. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I want you, I want you. We're like waiting to cancel our trip to Las Vegas because it says like don't cancel it within like so many days, and we keep on getting these notifications about it, and I don't really understand what they mean. But like if you no longer plan to travel and would like to, okay, taking care of you or customers at the center of everything. Oh, they're changing it for up to 2 years. So you have a longer period of time. Well, that's good. An e-credit. It almost kind of sounds like they don't want people to travel. I don't know when we're not going, but and you know what's weird is like I'm not really like, don't get me wrong, I would love to go to Miami and I would love to go to Las Vegas, but like I'm not really too upset about it right now. Like I don't feel like, oh, like, woe is me. Like, I mean, to be to honest, you know, like, the way that money situations are going right now, I'm kind of thankful, you know, that the trips got canceled, or that we can't go, because we're saving, like, a ton of money by not going. I wish that we could get our money back for the plane tickets, and just, you know, get them later, because I could use that money back right now. I don't need e-credit for Miami and Las Vegas. Those are the only, I think we have, I was talking to Melissa the other day and she's like, yeah, we have like 3 different trip tickets that she was taking, because they were doing like Miami, and then they were doing another trip, and then they were doing Las Vegas. So she's like 3 trips. She's like, we have all these credits to use in like a year. And I was like, I know, it's ridiculous. Like, how are we gonna, you know? She's like, well, she's like, I don't even know like when this, like I'm gonna feel comfortable traveling again. She's like, let alone be able to use all these credits. So we'll see. We will see. But that moth is back up there again. What are you doing, Mr. Mothy Mothy? I'm so peaceful tonight. I just feel so like content. I never knew that that word would mean so much to me when I was younger, you know? That the words like calm, peaceful, content, like those would be things that I would hope for in my life. Like I really didn't, you know? I really ran around so much of my life just doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And that's why, like, I know it sounds probably crazy, but like when I say things like today, it was like really nice not to do anything, you know? Like I love making videos so much. I feel so blessed that I get to make videos on YouTube on several different channels and people want to watch it. Like I feel so blessed for that. But sometimes I feel real driven to do it. It's like, okay, I want to do this, and then I want to do that. And then it's like, I'm sitting down and I'm filming this video, and then like as I'm putting that video up, I'm filming the next video, and I'm like, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. And I'm like just driven, right? And then when I'm doing that, I'm like out there, I'm like, oh, like I'm in the middle of like reading a meditation, and I'm like thinking to my, well, on my Peterson's channel, I'm like, I've got a book idea, right? And then like, so I'm thinking, okay, so when I'm like not filming, I'm like writing down this book idea and like outlining it. And then I'm like, I walk into the kitchen and I'm like, oh, I want to clean up the kitchen counter. And I'm just busy. You know, I'm so ADHD, I'm just totally driven to distraction that way. And I have to say that being at home through all of this has really like allowed me to slow down a lot and realize, listen, there's no hurry. There's no hurry. You got tomorrow too, you know? So I'm extremely thankful for that. And it's allowed me just to kind of relax and be calm and peaceful and just enjoy my life right now as much as I can, you know? And I'm really trying to just take each day. And today was just really peaceful and calm all day long. It was really nice. But it's funny, it's like looking back on my life, you know, like I feel very, like I feel good about myself when I'm accomplished. But I also think that's because when I was younger, you know, like I always talk about like doing my homework. Like I never did homework, you know? Nobody ever asked me if I was doing homework. I never studied. I didn't do crap, you know? And, except for like hang out, watch TV, and read crap books. I mean, really, you know? Well, that's not true. I think sometimes in high school I read important books, but only because my mom wanted me to. And she would say, like, okay, you need to read this Fitzgerald book, or a Somerset Maugham book, or whatever, but F. Scott Fitzgerald or Hemingway. But even then, I don't think I read it for the right reasons. I didn't read it just to be open-minded. I read it because I thought, I don't know, I just wanted to be so different, you know? Because I didn't like myself very well, because to like myself would have been to accept everything about myself, you know what I mean? And that would be to accept those parts of me that people were putting down and talking bad about, and oh, he's gay and he's this and whatever. So I always just wanted to be so different from who I was, you know what I mean? I was never just okay. And then when I got sober, you know, it's like I was totally driven to be successful. Okay, the battery is gonna die. I'm gonna try and put another battery in here, and we're gonna see if I have a battery that'll work, okay? So be patient with me. Okay, it says that this battery is full, so I'm hoping that it is. I actually put this one up here, so it's so hot. Come on, focus. I don't know why I brought all those Oreos out here for 3 Oreos. But when I was, like, after I got sober, you know, I spent that first year of my life really focused on, of my sobriety. I focused that first year of sobriety on really, like, getting to know who I was and really just learning how to go day by day and not drink. Like, that was such a huge thing for me, you know, was just day by day not drinking. Like, we really underestimate, like, how difficult that really is. Just to not pick up a drink day to day was so hard for me. I'm so thankful that I was in a position to be able to not work and not go to school. You know, for my first, 4.5 months, I'm so thankful, 5 months, that I was in that position to do that. I think, like, right out of the gate, I wasn't in a state of mind to do that. So, you know, I spent that first 4 months out of treatment focusing on myself, going to meetings, reading all kinds of, like, you know, the literature, basic text, things like that. I was going to meetings all the time. I was going to counseling. I was going to my aftercare. I was only hanging out with people that were pretty much sober, except for my boyfriend that I met right out of treatment. But anyway, you know, like, I think about that, and then, like, after that is when I started working, and I took summer classes. Yeah, because that's when I met Todd, my ex that I found that passed away a couple years ago. And I took summer classes. I was taking those film classes. Yeah, that was then. And then, because summer classes started, like, in April, I think. April or maybe May. I don't remember, but anyway. And then I was kind of, like, working, going to school, just kind of, like, hanging out, like, going to meetings and stuff like that. And, like, I was starting to find kind of some balance to my life, but I was, like, so busy. And I think that's where I found comfort in being busy. Because as long as I was going. I think my aunt was very much like this too. As long as I was going, and I was, like, going to school, going to meetings, going to work, going to meetings, going to school. I was running at this time too. So I would come home, you know, and I would, like, run every single night. So I was, like, running, working out, like, going to meetings, doing this, you know, whatever. If I wasn't with Todd, who I was dating at the time, then I was hanging out with somebody that was in recovery. But I didn't have that many friends in recovery at the time. So it was like, oh, this one friend of mine, she and I got sober at the same time. She's my friend that got sober on New Year's Eve because she called me in treatment when she was drunk. So she and I hung out together. And she was, like, one of my only friends that, you know, that I had during that time. But I had a couple people in sobriety that I hung out with. And so, you know, like, that's what I did. And then, like, I just pieced together time that first year, and then all of a sudden, you know, like, my second year of sobriety is when I had my first boyfriend, and we were real serious. We moved in together, and then, you know, like, I'm, like, working harder at my job, you know, all this kind of stuff, finishing up school. And it was like, after that, it was like, I just have always been so driven. So driven to do this. I gotta do this. I got this project. I wanna start this. I wanna start that. I wanna start this. I've always been so driven. I've always been that way. Like, ever since I've gotten sober. And it almost feels like, I think at times, like, I'm behind. Like, so many other people were, like, you know, like, they were super productive earlier in their life, and now I have to catch up constantly. And so I always feel like that, like, there's so many hours in a day, and that's why I say, like, when other people are just, like, laying around, you know, like Alex, the ability to just sit there and watch, like, 8 episodes of a show, I don't have that kind of, like, patience. And it's not just the fact that, like, I have no, you know, like, I'm totally ADHD. It's not about that. It's about the fact that, like, even if I wasn't, like, I would feel, like, in my head, I would feel like this is a waste of time. But, like, literally everybody in my life, from Tanya to, you know, like, Valerie to Melissa to Alex to my dad, you know, like, everybody that I know, Caroline, like are able to sit and like for long periods of time and watch stuff or whatever, and they don't feel like they're wasting time. Like, I just feel like I'm wasting time, you know? And I've always like beat myself up about that I can't like just be present in the moment and just relax and just, you know. And people notice it about me. Like, a lot of my friends, like Tanya has said it a lot of times. Well, Alex has said it, and Tanya, you know, they're like, just don't do anything for a day. It would be really good for you to just not feel like you need to do anything for a day, you know? But I always just feel like like, I've got to do this and I want to do that, and I got to do this and I want to do that. You know what I mean? Does anybody else relate to that out there? Please tell me so. I don't know. So, like, this year, watching, like, a lot of TV shows and listening to a lot of audiobooks has actually been really, really good for me. I was thinking about this today. I cannot believe this. I have read this year, I think 27 books, and I've, like, read some, like, books, too. Like, last year, I read some kind of, like, corny stuff, but, I mean, this year I've read Where the Crawdads Sing, Educated, Little Fires Everywhere. I've listened to some like good books this year, and I've read some good books this year. I've read 27 books already this year. I'm still on my plan for 8 books a month. But just to put this in perspective, let me tell you, okay? So last year I read 40 books. So I'm more than halfway to what I read last year. 2018 I read, 2018 I read 47. 2017 I read 68. 2016, I read 54. 2015, I read 36. And 2014, I read 31. I want to know if it has the books in here that I read the first year that I was on here. Do you guys want to know what I read? Oh my God, it's all young adult, because I was writing my book. Boy Meets Boy by David Levithan. Fantastic book. I love David Levithan. The First Call from Heaven by Mitch Albom. That book was okay. Two Boys Kissing by David Levithan. That was fantastic. The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider. And I think that was my very first audiobook that I ever listened to on Audible. I could be wrong, though. Love Letters to the Dead. Fantastic book by Ava DeLauria if you've never read it. It's about a girl, she's in high school and her sister has died and you don't know how, and she has to go to another high school, but one of her teachers worked at her sister's high school. They like put her in a different high school than her sister was at, and so this teacher comes up with this assignment. The first day of class, they have to keep journals and they have to write to dead people. And so the whole book is told in letters to like Amelia Earhart and Marilyn Monroe and what's his name, Kurt Cobain, and people like that. It's fantastic. She actually came out with a second book a couple years ago, and I have it, but I haven't listened to it. Every Day by David Levithan. I read all of David Levithan's stuff that year because I fell in love with his writing. That's good, but Another Day is horrible. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Oh my God, by Benjamin Ilir Science. Okay, so his books are so beautiful. And I loved that book so much, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. But I will tell you that his book, and I'm sure it's right up here because I read it sometime after that. Let me see what it's called. Last Night I Sang to the Monster is about a heroin addict in treatment. And it's like this small treatment program like up in the mountains. And it's this kid that's like 18 and he has this roommate. He's like in an adult treatment program. And he has this like roommate that's like 60 and they become like best friends. It is fantastic. Benjamin Ilir Science is so good. And then I read the Russell Middlebrook series by Brent Hardiger, and I totally fell in love with that series. Listen, I read Geography Club, which is just 1, The Order of the Poison Oak, which is 2, Double Feature, which is 3, and The Elephant of Surprise, which is 4. I've listened to the whole series. The series has like 7 books in it, and the narrator is so good. He is so good, and yeah, I love those books. And then Naomi and Eli's No Kiss List, that's Rachel Kahn and David Levithan. Looking for Alaska, John Green. No Way Back by Andrew Gross. I don't even remember. What is this book? Let me look at it and see. See if I remember anything about it. I gave it 5 stars and I don't even remember anything about it. No Way Back is a... One woman is framed for horrific crime and desperate to prove her innocence. A chance meeting with a stranger in a hotel ends in shocking murder. Wendy Gould is an average mom and the only witness Nanny Lauretia Velez knows a shocking secret that could prove to be deadly. Both of their lives in danger. This unlikely pair must work together. I don't remember this book at all, and I gave it 5 stars. Like and Subscribe by Jabril. That was short. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Horrible. Hated it. I thought it was like one of the worst books ever. Paper Towns by John Green. We Were Liars was a total trick, and everybody like said that book that year. They were like, oh, this is like, John Green came out and said this is the best book of 2014. I thought it was horrible. Paper Towns by John Green. Dear Mr. Henshaw by Beverly Cleary. That book's like 30 pages. Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Loved that book. I fell in love with Rainbow Rowell that year. An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. Loved it. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Last Night I Sang to the Monster. 2,000 Pounds Per Square Inch by Brent Hardiger is a short story. Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan. Oh, I read Skinny Bastard that year. That was good. Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. Stupid. I didn't even finish it, I don't think. What did I end up giving it? 2 stars. Yeah, it was stupid. The Thing I Didn't Know by Brent Hardiger. That was the next book. And then, oh my God, Where Things Come Back by John Corey Whaley. I totally forgot about him. Oh, and Noggin by John Corey Whaley. He's so good. He's such a great writer. My True Love Gave to Me My 12 Holiday Stories by Stephanie Perkins. I loved that book so much. And No Safety in Numbers by Dana Lawrence. That book was so stupid. What did I give it? 1 star. At least I kind of remember my books. Let's go into 2015. I don't remember some of these books. It's so funny, isn't it? But I like remember like reading them. Invisibility by Andrea Creamer. 2 stars. I don't remember that book. Sammy and Juliana in Hollywood by Benjamin Allaire Signs. What did I give that book? Let's see. This will be interesting. I don't remember that book very well. 5 stars. Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock by Matthew Quick. Oh, I read a lot of his books. I read Sort of Like a Rock Star too. Forgive Me. Oh, God. What a powerful book, Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock, about the guy that has the gun. Did you guys ever read that book? So good. Matthew Quick wrote, what was the movie with Bradley Cooper and Jennifer, what's her face? Shit, now I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on a second. Well, I actually could just look it up through Goodreads because he wrote the book. Hold on a second. So, Matthew Quick. I've got it on the top of my... Silver Linings Playbook. I didn't even get to it. I just remembered it. The Girl on the Train. Fell in love with that. Rainbow Boys by Alex Sanchez. Now, I listened to the whole... did I listen to it or did I read it? The trilogy of the Rainbow Boys, Rainbow High, and Rainbow Road. And those are fantastic coming out books. Like, they are really, really, really good. Many Lives, Many Masters, a true story of a prominent psychiatrist's young patient in the past life therapy that changed their lives by Brian Weiss. I've talked about that before. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. Oh my God, that book was so good. You guys, there's some really great young adult books out there. I mean, like, phenomenal young adult books out there. It's such an underrated genre. The Fifth Wave, loved it. The Wonder of All Things. Oh, I forgot about that book. I like that book. The Curious Incident and the Dog in the Nighttime. That was okay. Cut and Run. It's a gay romance novel. It was horrible. Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. The Shack. I actually liked The Shack a lot more than I thought I would. My dad actually gave that book to me. Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I love those. Are her 2 adult books. I really liked those. But they weren't the best. Which one did I like better? I think I liked Attachments better than Landline. Blackout, Remembering the Things I Drank to Forget. If you guys want a really, really good alcoholic memoir, Blackout, Remembering the Things I Drank to Forget was fantastic. The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey, which was the second part of The Fifth Wave, was horrible. Ghost at a Watchman, loved Harper Lee. The Art of Racing in the Rain, one of my all-time favorite books. Tilt-A-Whirl, that was kind of a cute book, actually. Oh my God, The Prince of Venice Beach, I love that book. Ah! The Mysteries of Pittsburgh by Michael Chabon. Have you guys ever read that book? It is so good. So, so, so good. I keep on going out of my past challenges, you guys. This is kind of a fun memory lane little thing here. Okay. Oh my God, it just gets better and better that year. Mosquito Land by David Arnold, fantastic. Beautiful boy. Father's journey through his son's addiction, so good. The First Days, but oh my god, The First Days by Rhiannon Frater. The zombie books I love, and then Fighting to Survive, which was #2, and then I read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and Sprout by Dale Peck. I mean, these are just such phenomenal books, you guys. And Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. 2015 was a good year. Face in the Crowd by Stephen King. That sucked. Stephen King and Stuart Onan, who I love. The Life We Bury by Alan Eskins. Fantastic. I bought that actually as a daily deal on Audible, and it was one of the best books I've ever read. None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio. I feel like this was a book about somebody that was trans. Groundbreaking story about a teenage girl who discovered she was born intersex. That book was really good. What did I give it? I only gave it 3 stars. Maybe I missed... Oh, no, I'm thinking of this other book. What was that book called? If You Were Mine. If You Were Mine. In Real Life, My Journey to a Pixelated Life by Joe Graceffa. I didn't even finish that book. And then The Fold by Peter Clines. That book was so good. So scary. Okay. Let's go 2016. I know this is probably so boring for everybody, but I don't care. These are so fun. Okay. Zoo by James Patterson was horrible. 1 Second After by William Forstchen. That was really good. And I have the other 2 in Audible. I think I have the Dashing Through the Snow by Debbie McComber. Oh my god. That and the James Patterson book took me literally months to finish. A Better Place by Mark Roeder is such a great book. He's actually an Indiana writer, and he's written like 70 books. The covers are so bad. They look like porn books. And so I was really apprehensive to read anything by him. And my publisher was like, I think you should reach out to this guy because he's like an Indiana writer and he's pretty successful. He self-publishes and whatever, I think. So I read this book of his. It's called A Better Place, and it was his most famous one. And it says, what did the poorest boy in town and the captain of the football team have in common? More than you might think. Casper has nothing but a trio of bullies who hound him. A distant father and an older brother who makes his life a living hell. Brendan has it all: muscles, money, fame, and popularity. The boys come from different worlds, but both share a constant desire. A Better Place is a story of an unlikely pair who struggle through friendship and betrayal, hardships and heartbreaks to find the desire of their hearts to find a better place. Let me just tell you about this book, okay? I was so completely thrown out because I went to go look up his book covers, and his covers literally looked like 70s porno movie posters or whatever, right? But it was obviously like a guy, like, you know, like, it just was, they were horrible. This book blew me away. He is such a fantastic writer. And in the story was like not sexual at all. Like, I went into it thinking it was going to be, you know, like very deeply that and whatever, because so much like gay romance, male romance that you can find on Goodreads. It's like really, like, a lot of people love that. A lot of women love to read male romance, and a lot of women write it. There's like a couple of these people, like that Cut and Run is written by this woman that's real successful. Like, her books like get literally hundreds and thousands of like reads and reviews on them. That Margaret Rue or whatever her name is, something like that. But anyway, so I went into this not really knowing what to expect, and it was so fantastic. And it's about them like on the run, and like they had to get away because of like this one guy's dad is like abusive and like beating him up because he's gay and stuff. And so like the other, like the one takes and they go live in this hotel, and it's like Christmas time, and it's just like really fantastic. It was really a very sweet book. Fireworks Over Suburbia, which is by Jay Meridew, and he is a YouTuber, and it was horrible. I don't remember that one. The Price of Justice, Marty Green. I don't remember that at all. What did I give it? 5 stars. The Price of Justice. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. The Girl in the Red Coat, fantastic. The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson, fantastic. The Girl in the Red Coat by Kate Hamer. That was a kidnapping story that was so fantastic and so wonderfully woven. That book was so amazing. Side Effects May Vary by Julie Murphy. Good, but not my favorite Julie Murphy book. Another Day by David Levithan, horrible. The Road to Amazing by Brent Hardiger, so good. We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. Okay, this book changed my life. Because he created this story. So if you don't know who Sean David Hutchinson is, he is a young adult. He's like my age. I just actually read I read his autobiography last year called like Bullied or whatever. But he's a young adult writer, and he writes books Like, he's an LGBT young adult writer. And so We Are the Ants is about this kid that continues to be abducted by aliens, but it's really about the fact that his, like, ex-boyfriend killed himself, and he thinks it's because of him. And it's this fantastically woven book, and it literally, like, I mean, he's shot to stardom overnight for writing this book. It's fantastic. Drag Teen by Jeffrey Self. That was such a great book. I mean, not super deep, but it was good. Songs for the Missing by Stuart O'Nan was so good. Stuart O'Nan is one of my favorite authors of life. He wrote Speed Queen about a woman who is on death row, and she and her husband were, like, meth addicts. These are all, like, fiction books. And then he wrote The Night Country. He's really good friends with Stephen King, but his books are not scary. They're just very, like, they're so deep. And Songs for the Missing was about a girl that she goes missing and nobody knows where she is, and it's how her family responds to it. It was so good. I feel like I remember reading that like it was just yesterday. The List by Siobhan Vivian. Okay, this book was like this teenage book, and I thought it was going to be so cheesy. I think I ended up giving it like 4 or 5 stars. I have to see what I gave it. It was so good. I gave it 4 stars. It was about these girls, like, in high school, and these guys make up this list, and it's like hottest freshman, least hottest freshman, and whatever. But it was really well done. Like, it was different than, like, this, you know, like a normal, just kind of like cheesy book like that. The View from the Cherry Tree. Okay, so funny. Kid's book that I read when I was a kid, and I don't know if I ever even finished it, but I finally bought it, or somebody sent it to me because I talked about it in a vlog, and then I read it that summer, I think. And I can remember, like, sitting on the front porch and reading it. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. My God, I started these books in 2016. My Lord. The Dinner by Herman. I read all these outside. This Is Where It Ends. Hate that book. Okay, Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Did not like that book. The Morning Hours by Paula Trek-DeBoard. Fantastic. Was blown away. Okay, this must have been a booktubeathon, because I read Brokeback Mountain by Annie Proulx, because my mom gave me the book. I read that. The Girl Who Owned a City, the graphic novel. I read that for The Public Image by Muriel Spark. Fantastic. I read that during that. The Last Star, Fifth Wave. I don't remember reading that for The Lover's Dictionary by David Levithan. That was so good. The Girls. I think I got The Lover's Dictionary actually in Chicago. The Girls by Emma Cline. Oh my God, that's so good. Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. Hated it. A Single Man. Oh no, this was booktubeathon. A Single Man by Christopher Isherwood. So good. Jaws. If you've never read the book Jaws, you have never experienced Jaws. I'm just going to tell you that. Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. If I Stay by Gail Forman. 40 Wild Crushes by Jim Provenzano. What did I give it? I thought that was really bad. I gave it 4 stars. Really, really enjoyed this book of short stories. Nostalgic and yet funny. I don't remember that. With Malice by Eileen Cook. That was actually a buddy reads that I did. And they didn't finish the book, and I did, and I gave it 5 stars. That was an interesting book. I remember that. 100 Demons by Linda Berry. The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. I hated this book. Let's see what I ended up giving it. 2 stars. That was so predictable. Before He Finds Her by Michael Cardos. Thought it was fantastic. The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. Loved that book. Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. Loved it. And then my life changed because I read Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. And then The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. And she tweeted me, by the way, and I was blown away that S.E. Hinton tweeted me. You Know Me Well by Nina LaCour. Loved that book. That was a buddy reads that I did with somebody. The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern. I didn't love that as much as everybody else did, because I could totally see it as a movie, but it was beautifully, beautifully written, and actually I gave it 4 stars. It was really well done. Aaron Morgenstern just came out with another book, too. Ready Player One. Oh my God, by Ernest Cline. I love that book. Binge by Tyler Oakley. That was really good. Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell. Somebody sent me. They were short. Everything by Nicole Yoon. It was okay. Goat, a memoir. It was just fine. Fight Club. I really did not like it. The Lonely Doll was a kid's book that I read when I was a kid. Then I read The Spiderweb Chronicles, The Field Guide Book 1, The 100 Dresses. I must have, like, I was trying to read these kids' books at the end to get my books in. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I hated that book. I don't know what it was. I should probably listen to that book again, but I hated it. I actually think I read it. I don't know if I listened to it. No, I think I listened to it. I don't know. And then The Scene Stone by the Spiderwick Chronicles. I read all of the Spiderwick Chronicles. I wonder why I only got through 2 here. Let's see if the next 2017 is the Spiderwick Chronicles. I feel like I finished them all. They're all only like 50 pages. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're real short. Oh, there's If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Rousseau. That book was so good. I don't have the rest of the Spiderwick Chronicles in here. That's so funny. I know I read them. Huh. Maybe I only read 2 of them. Wonder. I loved that when I finally read that. A Very, Very Bad Thing by Jeffrey Self. I don't remember reading that book. That must have been his second book. I gave it 5 stars. Oh my God, this book's so powerful, so profound, and so important. I don't even remember it. From the author of Drag Teen, a startling novel about the complexities of identity and truth. Marley doesn't just want to be labeled the gay kid, but he doesn't want to have much else going on. He doesn't have any hobbies or interests. He's the only kid he knows without a passion until Christopher comes to town. He's smart, cute, gay, and the son of the country's most... Oh, I do remember this book. I feel like I read like 2 or 3 books right around the same time there. Oh, yes, I did. Autobiography and A Very, Very Bad Thing. They were very similar to each other. And then I read a bunch of Christmas books. What was the one that was so good? The Christmas book that I read that was so good. I don't know. Anyway, little travel down memory lane for Christmas. There's so many things in here that I started that were really good, like the series called Bear, Otter, and the Kid, and it's like by T.J. Klune, and it's this like series that's really good. Frederick Bachman, I read The Deal of a Lifetime, but I haven't read anything else by him, and I always wanted to. So many, Agatha Christie, there's like a lot of books in here that I want to read of hers. Oh, Rhiannon Frater. But anyway, there's so many people, like Maggie Stiefvater, All the Crooked Saints. I love that, and I haven't gone back and read like a whole lot more of hers. So there's always so many things I want to read. I have a bookmark inside, and I would probably say this is my favorite bookmark of life. And it says something like, the world just opened up when I was shown a book, or something like that. But I love that, because I believe that. I think that, you know, when we learn to read and we begin to read, we're opening the world to traveling places we've never been to before, and meeting people and living lives that we've never had the opportunity before. I love books. I love to read. You know that. Whether you're listening to them or reading them or they're picture books or whatever, I just think it's, you know, I love books. So I love the smell of books too. Anyway, it reminds me of going to the library. I'm gonna get off here now before it ends. I'm at 27 minutes and 35 seconds, so I have 2 minutes to finish this. So I gotta get this done real quick. Okay, I hope you guys are having an amazing month. Well, first of all, thank you for watching the vlog this far. If you made it this far, please put a blue heart in the comment section. Give a big thumbs up for this. It would really mean a lot to me. And make sure that you're still subscribed to this and all of my other channels. And also, let's do a blue and a purple heart. A purple heart for all the essential workers out there, the healthcare workers and the people on the front lines. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys are having, so thank you for watching this video tonight. I hope you guys are having an amazing Monday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Do something fun today. Do something exciting. Do something that will make yourself proud when you look back on it tomorrow, or next week, or a year from now, or 60 years from now, or 69 years from now. Family friendly. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you tell yourself at least 1, but maybe 3, maybe 10 positive affirmations. And today I'm just going to give you one, and that one is, today is going to be a fantastic day. Or if you're going to bed, tomorrow is going to be a fantastic day. It's going to be an amazing day, full of opportunity, full of happiness and joy, and all day long you'll be happy, joyous, and free. At least we're going to work on it. And if you don't, you can start your day over whenever you want. Just remember that. And most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody today and you let them know how much they mean to you and how much you care about them and how much they impact your life on a daily basis. And just say, I just want to let you know I love you and thank you for being in my life. You could say whatever you want to say. And also practice random acts of kindness. And don't tell anyone. Just to put good out there in the world. Just don't be messing with Darlene Jolene Joe over here either. But just do random acts of kindness and don't feel the need to tell anybody. Just do it because it's a nice thing to do, you know, and it's putting good out there and it'll make you feel better too, right? And thank you guys so much again for watching. I'll be back here tomorrow in the driveway with my Diet Coke. I love you and I will see you then. Bye. Love ya!